In American and British English, there are two things that I've just mentioned that are quite important. Capitalization started because of the economy, the dropping the case of capitalization for writing is for the sake of economy. And as I mentioned, that they started to reduce the amount of capitalized word because it takes longer time. So if you try to write H in capital and H in small letter or H in small letter, it's gonna take you less time to do it.
Mhm.
Um, and that's why, and because they were using kind of feather ink, so you remember when you used cursive writing, الكتابة الخط المتصل.
Um, no.
المزج.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I got it.
So because they dip the tip of the feather pen in ink and they put it on paper. If you raise
Mm-hmm.
it and put it back, it's gonna spill more ink on paper. So what they did is that they started to connect the words and they connect the letters of each word because that's gonna take less ink. So it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
consume less ink on paper. And for
Mm-hmm.
academic for for writing in general, writing in small letters is more economical than writing in capital letters. It's going to take. Can you imagine if you want to write a letter all in capitalization? That's going to take a long time to do. Um, the only exception is that when they write handwriting in movies, and that's according to
Mm-hmm.
my understanding is because they want to help people understand the real message that they are trying to write. The second thing that I wanted to mention here is that in their email they are less complimenting than Middle Eastern culture. So for
Wait, excuse me for.
the second important thing that I wanted to mention is that there is this variation or difference um, in the way of writing emails in general. They are less complimenting and very straightforward to the point of what they're trying to say. So just good morning. I want one, two, and three. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
that's the case here. Now in English, they are far more straightforward than in Arab culture. So
Mm-hmm.
in Middle Eastern culture, there are in Middle Eastern culture they are more complimenting than the English culture. So
Yes.
they say good morning. I hope you're doing great. I hope you have a wonderful day. You look awesome today. Blah 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 blah. I like your dress. Come over to have a drink with me, and then we go to a restaurant. Then I might invite you for a cup of coffee. Then after that, we can hang out and spend 5 minutes finishing on the work. So it's um, it's kind of like culture plus traditions, but
Mm-hmm.
in English the case is completely different. Like when you want to meet somebody, they want to meet you because they want to progress their life one step ahead or forward. They want to
Yes.
meet you because there's some mutual interest أو منفعة
Mm-hmm.
مشتركة, and
Mm-hmm.
that's probably something quite distinguished about the English culture. Like when a friend of
Mm-hmm.
yours calls you, you just need to understand the um, why they want to meet you. What's the reason? Probably there is some sort of business that you want to do collaboratively.
Mm-hmm.
So you just need to understand that, minimize the amount of greetings because you just need to go straight forward to the main point here. Plus, it's a
Yeah.
kind of like it became cliche to say good morning. I hope you're doing great. Please find attached. Blah blah blah. It's kind of like cliche nowadays. People
Mm-hmm.
need to change things and not stick to the
Okay.
old fashioned kind of email